Hello everyone, this is our first Adalo lesson. We are going to talk about the database. So the database can be found on the left section here under this database icon here. As you can see, the user's collection, the user's database comes pre-made from Adalo with the basic user attributes like email, password, username, and full name. These are secured attributes, which means then we can delete them, but we can change their name, such as the username. I'm going to change it from username to, let's say, first name, and let's change the full name as well to last name. We can add properties to our collection with this button here, add property. We can select what type of property we want this property to be, as text, number, a boolean field like true or false, date and time, only date, image, or a file such as the mp4, video, or anything else. Let's add the text for the username. Let's add another attribute. We can delete this one, which, as you can see, it is not secured, so we can delete this one. And let's add another attribute, and let's call this attribute profile picture of the user. Okay, let's save this one. We can add another collection as well. Here, add collection. Users is a collection, and let's add another collection, and let's call it trips, as we are working on a trip app. Trips. So first things first, the trip has a name. This is secured, which means we can't delete this. This is unique. So a trip name. A trip can have a description. Yes, it can. So a trip description. Let's add a trip image to know where the destination is. So let's call it image. And let's add the creator of this trip, meaning we can have a relationship with the users table. So relationship with users, and we want to add a creator. So let's change the word user with creator. A creator can have multiple trips. Okay, that is true. Yes, it can. And a trip belongs to one creator. That is also true. So in this case, this is what we want to the relationship to be. We can have another type of relationship like many to many, many to one, one to many, etc. For this example, we are going to use the first one, and that let's change the name user with creator. What we want to do also is to change these trips here to trips I have created, so it's distinctive and we can understand what's going on the database. Okay, let's also add another relationship with users, because a trip, as you know, can have members, and a trip actually how many members can have. So let's try to find the correct relationship for members. Sorry, trip with trips, relationship with users, and a user can have multiple a member can have multiple trips. That's true, but a trip belongs to one member. That's not true. A trip can have multiple members, right? The second option, a user can have only one trip, a member can have only one trip. That's not true. So let's go to the third option. A trip can have multiple members. Okay, that's true. A trip can have multiple members, and a user can have multiple trips. A member can have multiple trips. That's also true. So let's select this one and let's call it members of the trip. Okay, let's save this one. Let's go to the users collection and let's modify this trips where I am member. Okay, member. Okay, let's save this one. As you can see, I have two collections. The first collection is of users, the second collection is of trips. I can create as many collections as I want, and I can add as many attributes as I want. Like example, for this trip, I want to make a boolean field and to name it creation finished. So whenever a user finishes creating this trip, it will be saved as creation finish is true, and we can filter that on the list later on, and that we are going to work on the second lesson. So that's on the database, how to set up our database. Let's go to the home page. In the home page, I want to create I want to create a trip. So let's add an action button here, and let's link it with a new screen, and let's call this other screen create a trip. Create a trip. Okay, create a trip. Let's have it blank for the moment, and let's create this screen. Let's make the transition on. Okay, and let's go to the second screen, create a trip. So in the second screen, what we want to do is to create a trip. Let's add the form. To create things, we use forms. Let's add a form, and let's put it here on the screen. Okay, as you can see here, we have to choose what data collection this is, and the two options that we have is users and trips. What do we want to do? We want to create a trip, so let's select trip, and what do you want the form to do? So we have the option here to create new trip. Okay, the fields the fields that we have available are name, description, image, creation, finished, and creator, which takes automatically the logged in user. This creation finished, we don't want it to be visible for the user who creates a trip, so let's delete it from here and let's add it on an automatic field, which will give an automatic value whenever a trip is created, and let's make it true. Okay, we have the image, the description. Do we have another one? No, we are all set. And let's submit. Okay, we create a trip. Let's add another action to link us somewhere and to link us home. So whenever we put the information here, whenever we put the information, the name, the description of the trip, the image, and we click this button create trip, it creates our trip and links us home here. So firstly, we have to sign up by email, password, and full name. Here let's change the fields because we updated the full name. Let's make it first name. Let's add first name. Okay, let's make it required. Let's add last name, required as well, and let's add the profile picture, which is missing here. Okay, let's expand the height of this screen. Okay, let's send this on the bottom. Okay, here. Perfect. So whenever we open our app, we have to sign up first. After signing up, it sends us to the home screen and we will be here. Okay, let's add the text to inform us that you are logged in. Hello, logged in users, first name and last name. This is the magic text that we can give dynamic values to these text fields to show the values. Okay, let's add it here. Let's change the size of the text. We can change the color as well. We can edit styles here. Great. Now let's try signing up and let's see what we do. And can we create a trip or no? We can also customize the color of this icon. Here, let's do this one as it matches our page. Actually, let's style this form as well with the color here. Let's select the color that we do have. Great. Okay, let's preview. Okay, it will take us to the sign up screen. So let's enter an email and at gmail.com, a password, first name Andy, last name Mimini. Let's add the profile pic as well. I'm gonna have this a default one. Okay. Okay, the image is uploaded. Let's sign up. So here, as you can see, the data is saved and it says hello Andy Mimini. Great, amazing. We can see here, if we edit, we can see on the database that from one record from 0 records we have 1 record, and this is the user that we just created here. So this is the created data as well. So we do have the created date and updated date automatically. Now let's see our trips. We have 0 records, so let's try to create 1 trip here. Okay, it will take us to the home screen since we are logged in. Great. So let's create a new trip. It links us here. Trip 1. This is the first trip that I am creating. Let's add an image. Okay. And let's create the trip. Amazing. We can now see here that the trip is created with the trip name, trip description, image, and you can see the creator as well, which is andy@gmail.com. And creation finished is true. Okay, that's it for the first lection. That's it for the database, how to create a collection, how to add properties to the collection, and how to create records for this collection. Thank you, and see you on the next lesson, where I'm going to explain about lists and how to display properties, how to display records in your screens.